Hi, it's Nick on the 25th of July with episode 2 of this week's theme of leading with inspiration, or leading through inspiration. And today I want to talk about the idea of kind of moments of inspiration. You know, one of the reasons I'm so passionate about us kind of showing up with our gifts and our talents and our inspiration is, it's good for us, you know, when we're acting from a sense of inspiration, when we're being inspired. We are often inspiring in ways that we don't even know we're being inspiring. So I think there's this wonderful kind of web of inspiration that happens, that as we show up with our inspiration, we touch or awaken something in other people. So let me just share a couple of stories with you. First one, a friend of mine, Rachel, years ago, I think Cirque du Soleil, I don't know if you know Cirque du Soleil, the Canadian circus troupe, have been coming to London now for about 25 years. And I remember her saying to me that one of the early trips they had to London, they were at the Royal Albert Hall, she went along and she was watching, and as she was watching them, she suddenly had this moment where she was watching one of the clowns on the stage of the Royal Albert Hall, and suddenly this memory came back to her, and the memory was that when she was a child she wanted to become a clown, and she'd forgotten all about it. But as she watched it, you know, these memories came back, and she felt quite moved and cried a bit, and then, cut a long story short, she is now a clown, and she does clowning throughout the world, and she has taken clowning into the NHS and various places. But it was all from that one moment of awakening, and this is the key of what I'm saying here, is that being in the presence of other people's inspiration often awakens something in us. We awaken a possibility, we awaken a memory even. Something awakens in us when we're in the presence of other people's inspiration, whether that's their performance, whether that's their writing, their speaking, their just the way they are in the world. I remember being on a tube train years ago, it sounds so funny, but I was watching a woman basically just kind of loving this guy. But the way she looked at him, there was, you know, I didn't know who they were. I only saw them for a couple of minutes between stops on a tube train. But something stuck in my memory about. I just loved the way that woman looked at the man that she was with. I thought, wow, isn't it beautiful the way she seems to be so in love with that man and so loves him. And there's something about that. Never saw them again, don't know who they are, but something about that inspired me. It was that kind of moment, it touched my heart deeply. And I was reading recently Bruce Springsteen's autobiography, and he says that part of his job as a live performer is to uplift people for the 3 or 4 hours of his performance. He sees his job as to use his own sense of inspiration to uplift. And he said, you know, his life was changed the first time that he heard Elvis Presley on the radio, or saw him on television. And he said, you know, his hope is that in an evening he could somehow change and transform somebody's life, because he is in the full flow of what he is doing. He hopes that that has an impact on the people. So he's not just seeking to entertain, he's seeking to uplift. And I think there's something so powerful. I could talk to you about dozens of people that have been in my life and who've played that role for me, something they've said or something they've done or something they've shared with me, or just the way they've treated me has done something amazing for me. And it's also my thrill to know that I've done that for other people. You know, when other people have said, oh, I read something you wrote and it changed my life, or I watched one of your broadcasts and, you know, something in me clicked. It's like, wow, isn't it wonderful that we can do this for each other? So here's just this is today's thought really on inspiration. You know, it's not just a nice idea. When we are in the presence of inspiration, often things awaken in us, and when people are in the presence of our inspiration, we often serve as an awakener to them. So that's why I'm a great advocate of being so generous and passionate about our own inspiration. It's a lovely thing to be in the flow of, and it can have an impact on other people that we may never know, and can be beautiful and wonderful. So that's today's thought. Hope you enjoyed it. God bless. Have a good day. Bye bye.